There's something funny going on with Unbreakable, especially when you use it with Arc. Check this out. 3,793 damage from one Unbreakable charge. The class item I'm using is Spirit of Verity with Spirit of the Bear. Now, Verity obviously has got a big glow up, and with 200 grenade stat, it's done a lot more damage for your grenades. So you can see here, when I get my stacks up, it does 1,501 damage. This is while using a pulse grenade and getting arc kills to get my death throws up. Now, if you look at it in Void with the suppressor grenade, get my death throws up, it's only 1,201. So using an arc grenade gives us 300 more damage, which is about 20% of an increase. Now, I've tested every element: Strand, Stasis, Solar, Void, Arc. Arc's the one that's doing the 20% more damage for whatever reason. This was a bug back in Final Shape as well, but it was a thermite grenade you would have to use to get the increased damage, but they quickly patched it out. But after some testing, I can happily say that it's working again. The bug is back, but this time it's with the pulse grenade. So how can you make the most of this then? What is the most simplest build to use? Because you've got a lot of components to juggle. You need to get your death throws to ×5 max stacks, but you also need enough damage with Unbreakable to supercharge it, to get those mega Unbreakable blasts. But the best thing that I've found to use is Ergo Sum. Ergo Sum with the Waveframe Arc Conductor especially is amazing for generating death throw stacks. Look how quickly I'm able to generate it. Now this is all at 300 content, and the power here is 275, and it absolutely deletes red bars, and it does a good amount of damage to majors as well. Now if you check this Ogre, that's half health when I'm 25 power under, just over half health. So they are powerful, but you do need to build into it. I'm going to share my findings with you today, and hopefully give you a good build to run with the busted Unbreakable Blast. For our class setup, what we want to use is Behemoth with a super. I really like Behemoth this season. It does a lot of damage to bosses. It also provides great ad clear, and paired with Facet of Purpose, then we'll gain Frost Armour on any orb pickup. And with the artifact perks this season, if we take critical damage when we have Frost Armour, we'll release a Freezing Burst. For your Barricade, it's entirely up to you, it's personal preference. I just like Rally Barricade. For your melee, I like Shield Throw. The track can get buffed, so it's much better at hitting enemies and generating a lot of overshield. For your grenade, you'll need to put on Arc so you can get the more damage with Unbreakable. For your aspects, well, Unbreakable, of course, we need that, but I like to pair it with Diamond Lance. If you kill an enemy with Unbreakable, you generate a Diamond Lance, which you can then pick up, freeze enemies, or slam dunk to get Frost Armour ×2. For your fragments, Facet of Ruin to get better shatters on Behemoth and Diamond Lances. Facet of Purpose to gain Frost Armour and orb pickup. Facet of Courage or Unbreakable will do more damage to any darkness debuff targets. Facet of Protection, when 3 or more enemies are within 50 metres of you, you gain a damage resist, 15%. Facet of Dominance, this allows our Unbreakable to weaken targets, so if we're doing it in a bigger target and we can't kill them, then we leave them weak so we can then finish them off with whatever weapons we've got. And finally, Facet of Solitude. This severs targets upon multiple precision hits, and then enemies will turn it into a tangle. Paired with certain artifact perks, this will enable us to suspend enemies, and also if we put on Freddy Blast, if we destroy a tangle with some strand damage, then it'll do a bigger boom. For your artifact perks, I'll put on the screen what I run, but basically anything to buff Stasis or anything to buff Strand, we will need a Darkness weapon in the top slot so that we can generate prismatic energy quite easily. I really like Mint Retrograde or Tenacious Mastery, these are great, but of course running double special, you'll need to account for ammo generation. You will need an exotic class item for the Titan for this to work. Need it with Spirit of Verity, 100%. The second part is really up to you. I've got it with Spirit of the Bear, which refunds grenade energy and also lets me move quicker when I've got Unbreakable up. But an argument can be made for Spirit of Venomous Light as well. This will be good for keeping all your abilities up, but I haven't got it so I can't really test it out to see which is better. But if you've got Inmost Verity, great. If you have Verity and Spirit the Bear, great. As long as you've got Spirit of Verity, then you should be good to go with this build. There's not a lot of good arc weapons that's got the seasonal bonus, the new weapon bonus, and Edge of Fate. So for this, I would recommend running 2 arc surges. This will make up the damage that you lose for using older weapons. But if you're heavy, you can use an arc LMG, like Terminus Horizon, or the one from Heresy. Or you can use a rocket or a grenade launcher, it's entirely your choice. LMGs are good for building special ammo and also building your stacks of death throws. Just quickly, if you're enjoying the video, please feel free to show some love. I'm on a big push just now to 1,000 subscribers, so anything you can do to help me out with that would be extremely nice of you. Thanks very much, love you lots, cheers. In terms of stats and armour sets, well, we'll need as much grenade as possible. The closer you can get to 200 the better, but please remember that you can slot in font mods into your arms, so the maximum you can do is 3. So even if you get to 140 and then equip 3 font mods, you'll be good to go. But 200 grenade, I would say, is a necessity to get the most bang out of your Unbreakable blasts. In terms of armour set, I would really recommend Bushido. This will generate you some health when you kill an enemy with a freshly drawn or reloaded weapon. We'll be swapping weapons quite a bit in this build, so why not get some health on top of it? For your mods, well, I'll put up what I've got on just now on screen. In the helmet, I've got a special ammo generator along with an arc siphon, so I can generate orbs on my arc weapon kills. On my arms, I've got 2 font mods, plus gain class ability energy while causing damage with a grenade. On the chest, you can run resist mods, but I also like putting on some generation mods so I can keep my ammo topped up. On the legs, a couple of surges, so we aren't penalised for using older weapons, and also an arc scavenger mod. And then on my class, as much time generations as you can fit, then whatever ability generation mod you want on there. They only cost 1, so take your pick. So that's it. Hopefully you found it useful. Unbreakable is doing a lot better now than it was in final shape, but you do need to spin a couple of plates to get it to work. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Thanks very much for your time. I'll see you soon for more Destiny 2 content. All the best. Cheers.